How's it going, everyone? We have a bit of an update on an upcoming PlayStation exclusive that, I'ma be real, I'm a little skeptical on, and I've said that I'm skeptical on it, but hopefully we get more information about it, and hopefully a release will happen this decade, so we'll talk all about that. Looks like we might be getting a new trailer here shortly. Speaking of new trailers and new content, Summer Game Fest has confirmed a lineup of over 55 different partners. I wasn't crazy about Summer Game Fest last year. I didn't think it was a blowaway show, but I thought it was an alright show, all things considered, and they will have some major partners showcasing content at the event. And that PlayStation exclusive might actually be shown at Summer Game Fest. And recently dropped on PlayStation, Hi-Fi Rush has gotten its final patch with patch 9. Obviously, a game that I'll be talking about ad nauseum for the rest of the year and in perpetuity whenever it goes on sale. Look, we gotta make sure enough people and as many people as possible play this gem of a game, so we'll talk that at the end of this video. But as noted by Lunatic Ignis over on Twitter, the newest trailer for Phantom Blade Zero will debut on June the 7th at 2 p.m. Pacific Time, 5 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. GMT. If you guys don't know, that is literally the time the Summer Game Fest happens. So, given that PlayStation is one of the partners for this game, it is one of those games that I believe will be like a Stellar Blade situation where it's developed by S-Game. S-Game is not owned by Sony, but Sony will be publishing the game. This is one of those games that also seemed to be, based on what we were told last year, after the trailer dropped, there was some more information dropped on the game, looked very, very much early in development. I know that we got gameplay for the game, but how that trailer was structured led me to believe that the game was fairly early on. And I am just very, very skeptical when it comes to games like Phantom Blade Zero. But to be fair, I've been right in situations like this to be pessimistic with games like, you know, Crimson Desert, which hopefully that'll actually come out at some point. Deep Down, there were games like Lost Soul Aside, of course I've talked about that ad nauseum, but fingers crossed, maybe we'll get an update on that here shortly, where it just seemed like you were just waiting years and years and years, and you're never getting updates or consistent updates on these games. But then there's situations like Stellar Blade, where Stellar Blade, I want to say, was revealed back in like 2020 or 2021. Maybe it was 2019, but it wasn't an egregiously long amount of time ago, and the game ultimately came out early 2024, and I had my skepticisms about Stellar Blade ever coming out leading into this year, and you know what? They dropped the game, but that's me being pessimistic. Black Myth Wukong, another game. I didn't know if that game was ever going to come out. Guess what? It's coming out this August, barring any delays, and I don't think there's going to be any delays, but you guys know how I approach these situations when we see games get announced and, you know, coming from unknown studios, and sometimes the trailer looks super, super flashy. I'm of the mindset that pessimism will take me a long way, because Knights of the Old Republic remake, that's another perfect example, where a lot of these games do get revealed and a large portion of them never see the light of day, and Phantom Blade Zero just gave me that vibe of a game that looks very, very compelling when you see this flashy gameplay trailer, but I had my reservations on whether or not this game was actually ever gonna come out. And even though we're getting a new trailer, there's been games that got multiple trailers and ultimately don't come out for a very long time. Like Phantom Blade Zero, to me, best case scenario, it's a 2026 game. That's absolute best case scenario, and I would say more likely than not, you're looking at 2027, potentially 2028 for a game like Phantom Blade Zero. I think if you go back to like 2021 when Marvel's Wolverine was revealed, people were talking back then, hey, best case scenario, Wolverine is a 2024 game. Well, 2024 is going to come and go. Wolverine's not going to be out. It's probably a 2026 game. I think people are looking at Phantom Blade Zero, hey, best case scenario, and I'm saying that right now, 2026, that's best case scenario. Chances are 2027, 2028 is going to be more likely for a game like Phantom Blade Zero, which is wild to think about. We're talking about a game that potentially could be coming 4 years from now, but you know what? If I was given the pen and I was able to say, hey, Phantom Blade Zero, if you can confirm this game for a 2028 release, maybe you'll get it later, maybe it'll be earlier, but right now I have the option of locking that game in for 2028. I'm taking that all day long because my skepticism still reigns true when it comes to this game. And I saw a comment on one of our recent videos, somebody calling me the most pessimistic and negative YouTuber, gaming YouTuber, which I just think is insane. Guys, I always say I am pessimistic when it comes to gaming in general, but that also goes for my entire life, that I am pessimistic in so many different situations, because I feel like if you just expect bad things to happen, when good things happen, you are pleasantly surprised and all is well. And if bad things do happen, well, you were anticipating it and it's not coming at you from a blind side. But even these days, you know, gaming blindsides me with negativity and bad news, like Tango getting shut down. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Phantom Blade Zero rumored to be dropping a new trailer come June the 7th. Alright, moving on from that, June the 7th, obviously, Summer Game Fest, gonna be a big show, a huge lineup of publishers and partners were announced. Amazon Games, want to see a big game from them. We'll see if they're going to be publishing something big and have a big reveal at Summer Game Fest. I think that is entirely possible. Annapurna Interactive, I should say. Arc Games, Atari, Bandai Namco. Feel like we're due for a new JRPG announcement from Bandai Namco. Tales of... You know, we got Tales of Arise Beyond the Dawn last year, but Tales of Arise came out all the way back in 2021, Scarlet Nexus 2021. I feel like Bandai Namco's JRPG division has to have something cooking. Maybe it'll just be a Shadow of the Erdtree trailer, given that, you know, Jeff Keighley, Elden Ring, they have a good relationship. I should say Jeff Keighley and From Software, but we'll see how that turns out. Blumhouse Games, Boca Game Studio, Capcom, Day of the Devs, Deep Silver, Devolver Digital, Discord and Dolby, Electronic Arts, Embark Studios, Epic Games, Focus Entertainment, Funcom, Hoyoverse, IM 8-Bit, Indie Angels, Innersloth, Iron Mace, Giama Games, Level Infinite, Magic the Gathering, Meta, NCSoft, and NetEase Games, Netflix Games, Nexon, Niantic, Plaion, PlayStation, big there, again, links back to Phantom Blade Zero. If PlayStation is there, they're gonna be showcasing something big. Maybe it'll be another Death Stranding 2 trailer, but I would have to think if there's any truth to Phantom Blade Zero, that would be the spot to debut that game. And, but, you know, Phantom Blade being at the PlayStation Showcase, I don't think that's necessary. I think Phantom Blade is one of those games you could pair off to Summer Game Fest, because you showed Phantom Blade last year at the Showcase. Why not this year showcase it at Summer Game Fest? Pocket Pair, Private Division, Razer, Recreate Games, Riot Games, hope maybe a new League of Legends story title or a couple of those. I feel like they've been doing good as far as that's concerned. Obviously, they've got the fighting game in development as well. S-Game, which, by the way, S-Game are the developers of Phantom Blade Zero. Samsung Gaming Hub, Season Games, Sega, SNK, Steam, Sunblink, Supercell, Thunderful Games, TIMI Studio Group, Torn Banner Studios, Ubisoft, Uncapped Games, WB Games, and Xbox. So quite the roster there of partners for Summer Game Fest. Again, June the 7th for that event, so a lot to be looking forward to. And there will be a lot of events. Xbox Game Showcase will be happening on June the 9th as well. Ubisoft Forward taking place on June the 10th. A lot of stuff to be looking forward to as far as game reveals. Lastly, I do want to note Hi-Fi Rush Update 9 patch notes have dropped. We've released a patch today that takes care of some of the remaining issues. This was a couple days ago, Wednesday, May the 15th. Check out the changes, and thank you again for your support of Hi-Fi Rush. You're all rock stars for PlayStation 5 and PC. Changes to track 1, changes to track 2. Some issues would occur when trying to use the gravity well while rhythm parrying an enemy. Well, this is now fixed, and some fixes to track 3 and fixed various text issues as well. Fixed even more text bugs, they just don't stop, and drink prices adjusted in Vandalay vending machines to reflect local currency conversion. So there you go with that. Hi-Fi Rush is also going to be getting a physical release from Limited Run Games, and remember, Hi-Fi Rush is one of those games that at some point is probably going to get delisted from the PlayStation Store, given that there's licensing agreements with music, and that is a formality that those licensing agreements will eventually expire. Highly doubt they're going to be renewed, and unfortunately, the reality is Hi-Fi Rush at some point, maybe a decade from now, is going to get pulled. So keep that in mind, and obviously, if it's in your digital game library, chances are it'll stay in your digital game library. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Even if a game gets pulled, it still chills in your library, and you can delete it, re-download it, do all that stuff. But that'll do it for me. Again, Phantom Blade Zero potentially getting a new trailer here very shortly on June the 7th, Summer Game Fest. A roster that is stacked as far as partners go for that event, and Hi-Fi Rush Update 9 patch notes have dropped, and that update is live right now. That's going to do it for me. Sound off all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.